feeling we chased. I'm wide awake. Take me.
What is good, guys? Welcome back to the beautiful city of Kiev. So in today's video we are gonna do a couple of things. First, we're gonna show you our first apartment where we lived a couple of years ago. So in one of the previous videos we showed you our previous apartment. This is gonna be the apartment where we lived before that apartment. This is actually one of my favorite apartments. Really nice location, really nice apartment, and we're gonna show you the general location. After that, we're gonna get some really good Georgian food, because in Kiev there's not a lot of food options. The only really good things in Kiev is Ukrainian food, burgers, sushi, and Georgian food. I would say there's some really good Georgian food. And after that, we're gonna do a little bit of shopping. I'm gonna take you along to one of my favorite stores to buy things, where I order pretty much almost everything at the store, because it's super easy, it's convenient, which is something that unfortunately is not very common here. But that store makes it super easy and super convenient, so we're gonna show you that. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. You're gonna learn some new things, hopefully, of the daily life here in the beautiful Kiev, Ukraine. This beautiful day in October, beautiful fall day. So definitely join along. And so here we are walking on one of my favorite streets here in Kiev, and this is Pushkinskaya. And I've probably talked about it before in some of the other videos, and it definitely warrants it, because this is one of the nicest streets, one of the most pleasant streets to walk in. And in terms of Kiev, I view Kiev as three different parts when it comes to buildings, neighborhoods, areas, stuff like that. There's the old Kiev, where we are now. Then there's the new construction, right? These new houses, the new developments, and this includes anywhere from tall buildings, 25 floors and more, to 5 floors, but they're new developments. And the third type of Kiev is the Soviet Kiev, and this is outside the center, where you have these 5-story buildings, Khrushchevkas. You have 10-story, 9-story buildings. This is your typical Soviet Kiev. I think you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, my favorite part of Kiev is the old Kiev. This is, for me at least, the most pleasant, the most walkable, the most friendliest, that kind of thing. This is kind of what I enjoy the most. And that is why, for most of my time here, this is exactly what I lived. And now we're getting close to an apartment where Marina and I lived for about a year, from 2019 to 2020. And it was great. It was a really good location, great apartment. It was a little small at the end. That's why we decided to move to a bigger place. But the location was, in my opinion, really awesome. And so here we are on Pushkinskaya, and we're getting close to a street called Proriznaya. And the building on my left is actually where we lived, except our apartment faced Proriznaya, did not face Pushkinskaya. So we're gonna go around and I'm gonna show you the location in a little bit nicer detail. And so here's a really good restaurant called Taras Bulba, really good one. And this is the building where we lived, except this is Pushkinskaya. But if we go around the block, we are gonna be at facing Proriznaya. And so if we come around this way, this is, we lived on this building. There's the entrance right there. And so this right here, this is where we lived from 2019 to 2020. Right there is a balcony, which was our apartment. So this is the second floor, if you don't count the first floor, second or third floor right there. And so we had a view of this Proriznaya street. So if you look that way, there's Krishchatyk, just a block, right? Just a block and a half and you're on Krishchatyk. If you walk up that way, you're gonna be on Zolotые Vorota over there. So this is a very central location. It's old Kiev. It's absolutely gorgeous. You have the cobblestone street here. We call it Brushatka. And there was our apartment right there that we lived 2 years ago. Now, what I really liked about that apartment was the fact that we had the view of life, right? We had a view of the city. We had a view of action. It wasn't like some courtyard. It wasn't some, Soviet development or anything like that. It was right like in the center, and you had a nice view of the courtyard. The negatives was that it was noisy, right? You have this cobblestone street here, but the cars, they would drive fast. They would drive very fast, especially at night. And as a result, it was super, super noisy. So that was a big negative. The other negative was that it was a fairly small apartment, but it was nice. Like for one person, it's perfect. For two people, it started to get a little bit. It was a little small for two people. But I really, really like this neighborhood. This is one of my favorite neighborhoods. Not the best, in my opinion. There's even a better one that I like even more, which is very, very close, straight ahead. But still, this is a great neighborhood because you have everything close by. You have beautiful, old Kiev architecture. You have a lot of, green. You have parks nearby. You have a lot of things. You have like a theater here. There's a theater right there. A lot of, things to do, entertainment options, stuff like that. And me, I'm more of a city guy. I've lived in big cities all my life. Not really a suburban kind of guy. Marina is the same way pretty much. And as a result, this was perfect. And so it was a great apartment, but unfortunately we had to move on to bigger and better things.
I'm just gonna drive you. Wherever we go.
And right now we're gonna be trying out this Georgian restaurant called Santarello. This is it, right here. This is the place. Sanatrello. This is what we're gonna be ordering. A couple of things. Let's go see what's going on. Let's go see if they let us in. Здравствуйте.
Можете в этом зале попробовать?
Давайте.
Пошли тогда подальше.
Пошли подальше от народа. От всех.
Так много.
От всех. Где мы сядем? Где?
Или там? Давай там.
Давай тут уже, да. Alright, so here's the menu. We got our soups. We got горячие закуски. Soups. Горячие закуски means appetizers. Then we have meat dishes. We have fish dishes. Other meat dishes. This is actually on a grill. And we have garnire, which is additions. It's stuff that you put sides, yeah. And so I don't know what I'm gonna have. I might have a soup, and I'm gonna have something. I'm gonna have definitely a meat dish. Actually, last time I was here, these kebabs were really good. So maybe I'll have. This is a kebab with baranina, which means it's with cheese and a couple of other things. And then you have with the chicken. So I don't know what I'm gonna have. I might have these actually. We have a steak, a lot of good things. And actually, I was here about I think like 2 years ago, before this whole quarantine. It was really good. So I'm looking forward to it.
Два супа харчо. Скажите, а салат?
Не один.
А ты не будешь?
Я шурпу.
Ага, точно. Один суп харчо, одну шурпу так.
Alright, so we got our first little dish here, and this is on the house. This is free. This looks like some kind of a cheese ricotta. This is some kind of a sauce. We got some little crackers. Kind of nice. Something you don't get every day. Alright, we got our salad, and it's got cucumbers, some tomatoes, your typical salad. But it's also got this thing basturma, which is kind of this dried meat. Really good actually. This is our kind of starter dish right here. All right, so we got the soup, and this is soup harcho, which is very, very typical Georgian soup. And just like all of, most of the Georgian soups, it's very, very hearty. It's a little spicy, very, very delicious. Actually, I really, really like the soup a lot. All right, we got the star of today's lunch, and this is the kebab, and this is supposed to be their. It says firmene, but the English word would be their kind of official, their classical kebab, because they have different types of kebabs. So we have the meat, we have some maybe tomatoes or something, and then we also have some cheese. So, and I've never tried this yet. It's also with bread, and I already have bread there as well. So this is going to be very, very filling. And depending on if Marina is going to help me out or not, I don't know how we're going to deal with it, but we're going to do our best. And we also have this sauce here. This is adjika, very typical Georgian sauce. They come in different varieties, different types. You can even buy them in the supermarket sometimes. And this, it ranges from mild to spicy to very spicy, etc. I like my food spicy, not too spicy, kind of a little bit more than medium. So hopefully this is gonna definitely do it for me. So we're gonna try it out. All right. Well, I'm happy to announce that I killed the kebab, destroyed it. There's a little piece. I'm gonna eat this too. The bread is really good. The meat is very, very, very flavorful, very hearty. And it was a lot. And also they gave us another little gift, and these are little juices, I believe. It's a type of drink. So we got one here, the small one, and the small here. So lots of little gifts. Very, very cool experience so far. Yeah, really enjoying it. And so this is actually an alcoholic drink, slightly alcoholic, nothing crazy, but it's very good. All right, health to our health, на здоровье, sauch, salute. No, it's actually pretty good. It's with berries, with I think it's like blackberry or blueberry mix, or I think the other one was raspberry. Really, really good. All right, so we got the check, and the bill is 775 hryvnia, which is something like, I don't know, 25, 30 bucks, something like that. And we're gonna be leaving a tip of 100 hryvnia, which is typically you leave about 10%. So we're gonna, a little bit extra, we're gonna leave. And so there you have it. That is for appetizer, 2 soups, 2 main courses, and then 2 teas, or 1 big pot of tea, which is pretty competitive if you ask me. All right, so that was our lunch, late lunch, early dinner, you can call it. And it was pretty good. I'm completely full, completely, full to the gills, like they say. And honestly, we don't really go out for food all that much. We go out maybe once a week, maybe twice a week, so not that often. So it's a nice balance of cooking at home and going out and trying something new, something exotic. Right now we're gonna go to the main area here, the Площадь Независимости, which is the Liberty Square, or a Independence Square, you could say that. And we're gonna go to a store, a really good store that's pretty much where I order everything from this store. Very nice store. And we're gonna pick up a product, chill there for a minute, and then probably head back home. So here we are at the main Independence Square, Майдан Незалежності, as it's called, or Майдан Независимости, or Square, Площадь Независимости in Russian. And this is where the whole thing happened. Майдан happened here. The whole thing, right? The whole change of power. And typically this is not an area locals come that much. This is typically only for tourists. It's like New Yorkers who come to Times Square or come to, I don't know, something in New York that not a lot of New Yorkers typically come to. Or, New Yorkers that go to see the Statue of Liberty, which is, if you're a New Yorker, you're rarely gonna come. But anyway, it's the same thing here. So here we are. And this store in front of me, this is Rozyetka. And Rozyetka stands for power outlet. That's essentially what it means. And this is one of the biggest kind of chains here in Ukraine. And you can order pretty much anything here, from food to products. I'm not talking about like actual cooked food. I'm talking about like products to just about anything, electronics, whatever you need. And I actually ordered a protein powder here. So we're gonna go in, we're gonna pick it up, and we're gonna continue the adventure. Да, картой, пожалуйста. So we decided to get some protein bars as well. They have peanut butter, Nutella, everything, right from cell phones to different food, all kinds of things. And you can order them online, very, very convenient. All right, so we got our stuff right here. And this is actually something I wanted to touch upon. Is one of the things I like about here in Ukraine is the efficiency with which you can order stuff online and pick it up. So we actually don't live in this area, and so we really, I couldn't really come down here and pick it up. And usually what happens is you order it online and you can have it delivered to an area near you. It's not going to be a store, it's going to be maybe a pharmacy, and they're going to have this kind of an area where you can pick up these kinds of products. Or maybe this is going to be like one of these kind of this Amazon type self-service boxes. And this is one thing that I like about Ukraine. They've done it, they actually it's very efficient when it comes to ordering stuff online, when it comes to picking things up. That is definitely a big advantage, because today we're in the center anyway, and so we decided to pick it up. But if we weren't, right, during the week, or you don't have time, I could have went and picked it up near where we live, or in another part of city, or in another city altogether. Very, very efficient and very, very easy when it comes to ordering things online, picking them up, that kind of thing.